the favorite memories that I have is my dad cooking when he was in town. He traveled a lot, and I mean a lot, for his work. And so when he was home, and he would cook, especially on those cold nights, he would either make those Chef Boyardees, what I'm trying to say, little pizza out of the mixed things, and he would throw it up in the air, or he would make breakfast. And so one of the fondest things that I have of him now that he's gone is his pancake recipe that we're gonna make. So go ahead and grab your all-purpose flour, your baking powder, some eggs, cooking oil. I use olive oil, but you could use other oil, some milk. I don't have that today, so I'm gonna try some half and half and see if that will work, and some sugar. So go get those things and come back and we'll put it together. Now normally I would double this recipe so that I can enjoy pancakes throughout the week for breakfast or be able to freeze them. But I'm running low on half and half, so I'm gonna try to see how much of this I have before I decide if I'm gonna double it or not. So I have just at a cup, therefore I'm only gonna be able to make just one batch of this. So you do need 1 cup of milk. Again, I did not have milk, so I'm using half and half. I'm gonna go ahead and use this measuring cup. It's 8 cups of it. And the reason why I'll use this is because I can put a lid on it and I can pour it very easily onto the griddle for the pancakes. So we're gonna need 1 cup of flour. And you need to use all-purpose flour. I'm going to level it off there and dump it in. You need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I always double check because there's a story behind it. One year I was making my parents a cake for their 25th wedding anniversary, and I didn't put the baking powder in, I just put the baking soda in, and the cake turned out horrible, but they still ate it because I had made it for the 25th. So since that time as a teenager, I always double check, is it baking powder or baking soda or both, making sure I get those ratios correct. You need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. With one of this recipe, we're gonna need 1 large egg. We're gonna need 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Again, I choose to use olive oil. We need our 1 cup of milk, and again, I'm using the half and half. And then you need 1/4 cup of sugar. And I need to get my 1/4 cup out. And our old dishwasher in our old home was so hot, the heating element was going out, that it ruined a lot of my baking measuring cups. So until I get some new ones, 1/4 of a cup is, of course, half of a cup. So that's how I kind of eyeball it there. That looks about half, so I'm gonna put that in there. And that's all you need. Now, you're just gonna stir it up. I love this memory of my dad because it was rare that he cooked. Later in his life, as we got older and he changed jobs, that he didn't have to travel as much, he got into a lot of grilling and using a smoker. But as a young child, this was something that was a very fond memory. And whenever I have a pancake, I always think of my dad. Now I'm not sure where he got this recipe, but it is better than any box mix that you will taste. And you can use ingredients from your pantry. I think I might get a whisk just to see if I can get a few of those lumps out. Yeah, they're coming out a little bit better. We don't want to have a bite full of flour uncooked raw. That would not be very appealing. So I've already set up my griddle. The reason why I'm going to use the griddle, you could use a fry pan on the stove, is because I'm going to go ahead and fry up some of this bacon to use as our side for our protein. This bacon is from Costco. I'm really liking this bacon. It comes in a 2-pack. So I'm gonna go probably ahead and fry up all of the bacon and then I can save it for other recipes throughout the week, and then also put some in the freezer. I've never tried that cooked bacon in the freezer for other meals that we can have in the future. I placed a piece of cheesecloth on top of a mason jar and I'm pouring the leftover bacon grease into it. I use this to my cast iron pans and other cooking dishes. It provides a nice flavor. So I set the bacon aside and I poured up my pancakes. They turned out fabulous. Look how fluffy they are. Just the perfect size. You can make them as large or as small as you want to, but adding that bacon grease to my griddle really helped the pancakes not to stick. And now you see the finished product. I will have to tell you that adding the half and half did not change the flavor. They were a little bit more dense, but they still tasted wonderful.